name is Cass Moseley, and I'm the Vice President for Research here at Colorado State University. And at Colorado State University, we begin all of our events by honoring and recognizing the original stewards of the land on of where our campus is now located. So it's my pleasure to start this event by reading our land acknowledgement statement. Colorado State University acknowledges with respect that the land we are on today is the traditional and ancestral homelands of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, and Ute nations and peoples. This was also the site of trade, gathering, and healing for numerous other Native tribes. We recognize the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and all of the relatives within it. As these words of acknowledgement are spoken and heard, the ties nations have to their traditional homelands are renewed and affirmed. CSU is founded as a land-grant institution, and we accept that our mission must encompass access to education and inclusion, and significantly, that our founding came at a dire cost to the Native nations and peoples whose land this university was built upon. This acknowledgement is the education and inclusion we must practice in recognizing our institutional history, responsibility, and commitment. This afternoon, we have an exciting program with speakers who've made this incredible journey to this laser facility possible. Today, we're pleased to welcome federal science partners, elected officials, private industry partners, donors, state agencies, and our CSU faculty, whose many decades of scholarship has really inspired this phase of work. Among our special guests and speakers are Dr. Geraldine Richmond, Undersecretary at the U.S. Department of Energy, U.S. Representative Joe Neguse, Marble Fusion's CEO, Moritz von den Linder, James Thompson, where's James, is representing U.S. Senator Michael Bennett's office. Sally Bocella is representing Senator Hickenlooper's office. And I want to acknowledge Kramer Alaki, who's the program manager at the Department of Energy's Fusion Energy Sciences, who couldn't be here today, but has been a huge instigator of this whole long-standing relationship between the Department of Energy and Colorado State University. And I really want to acknowledge the critical role that our federal partners play, particularly the Office of Science and the Department of Energy. And I'm really, as the Vice President for Research, I'm particularly excited to celebrate this event, really because this area of laser technology is a long-standing area of excellence for CSU, and we're really seeing this event that we're marking as a new phase. So the laser systems that will be housed in this new facility are really unique in the world, and there'll be a combination of power and ability to fire many times per second that will really enhance important research, that will advance fusion technology and many other applications. And so this facility we anticipate will be completed in 2026. So to hear more about the significance of this day and this facility is CSU's President, Amy Parsons.
Thank you, Cass. Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this really beautiful event. Welcome to all of our distinguished guests. We're here to celebrate CSU's groundbreaking collaboration with the Department of Energy, with Tetrad, with Strata, with Marble Fusion. Together, we're building not only this new state-of-the-art laboratory, we're creating an environment in which bold ideas and breakthroughs will become a reality. Advancing laser fusion as a new source of energy is critical. The people and technology in this facility will tackle one of today's most pressing challenges, and accelerating the clean energy transition. It will enable basic and applied research in countless fields. As one of the most sustainable universities in the world, CSU is a fitting home for this facility. This project builds on a decade of partnership between DOE and our researchers. In the field of laser fusion, it doesn't get any bigger than this. For 35 years, CSU's been an international epicenter of laser research. We're advancing critical technologies in the future with some of the top faculty and researchers in the world, working alongside our excellent CSU students. Thanks to visionaries like Jorge Roca and Carmen Minoni, CSU is excelling in its mission of world-class research in energy and sustainability, partnering with both public and private leaders and training the future workforce. to lead us all toward a more sustainable future. And now, speaking of outstanding leaders, it is an honor to introduce you to our very distinguished guest from the U.S. Department of Energy. Our DOE partnership continues to allow us to discover and innovate around engineering's grand challenges. Dr. Geraldine Richmond is the Undersecretary for Science and Innovation at the Department of Energy. In this role, she oversees DOE's Office of Science, the nation's largest federal sponsor of basic research in the physical sciences. She also oversees DOE's applied R&D areas of nuclear, fossil, and renewable energy, and energy system integrity, as well as the DOE national laboratories. She's a celebrated researcher and a member of the National Academy of Sciences. Please join me in welcoming up Dr. Richmond to the stage.
Well, hello, everyone. Good afternoon. All right. A good Midwest welcome. It's so good to be, actually, I can say that because I grew up in Kansas, so it's, it's the flat thing that extends after you leave the mountains. It's still wonderful. It's still wonderful. Well, I am just so thrilled to be back here at CSU to celebrate this groundbreaking new high-power laser and fusion research facility. This is a big deal for DOE. This is a big deal for you, too. And I'm here to say how excited that I am for this funding that's going to you, but also, let me also say, our Fusion Energy Office, our Fusion Science Office, as well as our Secretary is happy to be giving you this opportunity also. But first of all, I want to thank everyone who had a hand in putting this event together. Maybe we could just give a big applause for the amount that's gone into this. So thank you to all, and also I want to thank you, Mr. Neguse, for actually being here, Representative Neguse, for being here too. It shows that your support of science and science innovation is here. So thank you very much. So this really represents this adventure, a new phase in the longstanding collaboration, longstanding partnership that we've had with Colorado State University, with the Department of Energy around lasers. As this facility will house expanded LaserNet US assets, and it also represents the launch of a really important public-private partnership that's so important at the Department of Energy with Marvel Fusion. So let's give a hand to Marvel Fusion too. Now, LaserNet US stands as North America's premier high-intensity laser research network dedicated to providing open access to researchers from both the US and around the globe. The initiative is particularly beneficial for students, enabling them to conduct vital research for their dissertations and their collaborative environment. Now, currently, the network boasts over 1,300 members, which DOE supports, highlighting its role in innovation collaboration in the field of high-intensity laser science. Today, I got to go visit the facilities here and the high-powered lasers that are there. I started my career in lasers in 1976. That's when helium neon lasers, you had to plug into the wall to get them to work, rather than the little red lights you can have in your hand with a battery. And since then, over my career until very recently, we're able to use the kind of high-powered lasers that are here at this facility. So I got to tell you, from coming back from DC, and this position I've had for the last 3 years, to go back into a laser laboratory, made my heart flutter. Just made my heart flutter. Because it's just the beauty, the colors, the power, the excitement, and all the students there just couldn't be more wonderful to me. And I'm thrilled, really, to see this become such a national treasure as it is with the LaserNet US network that we have. And also excited for the research that's being done here. Really important research, not only that goes towards our long-term goal, hopefully shorter-term goal, of reaching fusion energy, but equally important is the things that we're going to learn in the process that will allow us to achieve that goal. Because you know, when it comes down to it, with all the PR that's out there, all the media that's out there saying that fusion is ready to go for an energy source, it's not there yet. In fact, if we talk about at TRL levels, it's a pretty low TRL level, and it's only going to move up if we have scientists and laser facilities like this to take it in the direction that it's going. So I couldn't be more proud to have us being funding the effort that's going on here. And also the fact that this effort is a collaboration, not only with Marvel, but also with our national laboratories, which have been working certainly with Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, which recently had their large success with the NIF projects. So we're just delighted to be able to be connected with this project also. So established by the Fusion Energy Sciences Program, this LaserNet US was initiated in the response to the recommendation of the National Academy of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine. Their 2018 report underscored the urgent need for revitalization of US leadership within the high-intensity laser research in this country, because some of this we have lost in recent years, and we need to be back on top again, and facilities like this are going to help us get there. So the continuing funding from DOE, this $28.5 million investment for 3 years, I think that's at least worth a clap, don't you think? This really reinforces the network's ongoing efforts to advance the frontiers of laser research and ensure that US remains at the top of the totem pole when it comes to laser research. Now, among its members, Colorado State University, this university plays a vital role in this national network. The Colorado State Laser Facility is actively contributing to our mission at DOE. So our mission at DOE is the environment, energy, and security. All three of those play an important role in the kinds of things that you are doing here at CSU, because that's why we feel it's so important, because it fits within the Department of Energy's mission. Furthermore, Colorado State is home to one of the 3 inertial fusion energy hubs, which are funded through DOE's Inertial Fusion Energy Science and Technology Accelerator Research. This initiative is also an important way for us to move forward on fusion as well as laser science. So if you couldn't tell that I'm excited about this, I don't know how to get more excited than this. So I just want to, again, shout out to everyone that's been involved in getting to the place that you are here at Colorado State with your laser work and everything else, too, that you're doing in the sustainable energy area. You should be extraordinarily proud of what you have here. And I am proud to be here with you. So thank you very much for letting me be part of this.
Thank you, Jerry. You know, Jerry had this lovely introduction by President Parsons, but it's maybe known to many of you, but maybe not, that one of the things that Jerry has made a critical part of her career is her promotion of women in chemistry, women in STEM, and I wanted to say thank you publicly for all the mentorship that you provided me over the years. It's been really valuable to my career, and so thank you. So in addition to all the amazing science that we have been doing and we will do, this laser facility represents the opportunity to pursue economic development around fusion energy and laser-based industries. And so here to talk with us more about the impact of that this center will have is Congressman Joe Neguse. We're thankful for his strong support in advancing CSU's research, its educational facilities, and student success activities. And so I'd like to invite Congressman Neguse to give some remarks.
Well, good afternoon. It's wonderful to be back in Fort Collins. Thank you, Dr. Moseley, for that very kind introduction. Thank you for your leadership and the leadership of President Parsons in driving discovery. There are exciting things happening at Colorado State University, and it is in no small part because of the leadership of President Parsons and the incredible team that she's assembled around her. So I think we should join in giving her a round of applause for helping facilitate this important development, among many others. Madam Undersecretary, thank you for your trailblazing leadership. We welcome you to Colorado. We love having you here. We hope that you'll relay to Secretary Granholm just how delighted and excited everyone here in Fort Collins and the state of Colorado is at this momentous occasion. I know I speak for Senator Hickenlooper and Senator Bennett, as well as our governor, when I say this is a big deal for Fort Collins. It's a big deal for the state of Colorado, and indeed, in my view, a big deal for the United States of America. So we're grateful to you again for your partnership. I am proud to represent Colorado State University in the United States Congress. And every time I have an opportunity to visit with students and researchers, faculty at CSU here in Fort Collins, I am amazed and reminded of why this community and this particular institution is so special and why I think it comports so well with the work around fusion energy that will be taking place at this facility. We, of course, are on the heels of a potential new age. Now, I am an attorney by training, a recovering attorney, a congressman by day, so this is not my specialty nor my expertise, but I am passionate about clean energy and the clean energy transformation that I believe is upon us. And one of my favorite authors, some of you may be familiar with, is Tony Seba, who writes about clean energy and the work that must be done in the years and decades ahead. And he talks about the advancement of human civilization going back to the Stone Age. And one of my favorite adages of his is that we didn't exit the Stone Age, or rather human civilization didn't exit the Stone Age because we ran out of stones. We ultimately came across a more disruptive and innovative technology that ultimately enabled human civilization to advance, and that was bronze, which ushered in the Bronze Age and the ages that followed. I think about, and I believe many of us think about, fusion energy in that same way. And of course, the work that will be done by the researchers and the scientists, the graduate students, the undergraduate students, and so many others that make up the CSU ecosystem here in northern Colorado could just be as well as transformational as those ages that preceded this one. I, of course, am excited about the work that is to be done, and I believe that CSU is uniquely positioned to be able to do that work, in part because of its land grant legacy and the realities that this landscape compelled those individuals who created CSU and who have made CSU what it is over the course of the last century and a half. That entrepreneurial spirit, the intellectual curiosity, this zeal for discovery, all of which is necessary that ultimately make the kinds of advancements in fusion energy, of course, as a byproduct of the laser technology that we will be deploying here in this pocket of the country. So again, grateful to the Department of Energy and all of your partners, grateful to the private sector working in collaboration with our institutions to have the economic development impact that I believe this initiative, this partnership will have for years to come, and excited to support it in any way that we can. So thanks again, and appreciate you all being here.
Thank you, Representative Neguse. And so I want to now, we've been saying that there are many different partners in this project, and there are. And so let me now turn to our key private partner, Marvel Fusion. And we've been working together over the last 3 years to develop this project. And Marvel Fusion is really working to commercialize fusion energy through laser technology. So let me introduce to you Marvel Fusion's CEO, Moritz von den Linder. Thank you.
Dear scientists and engineers, and dear distinguished guests, when you're greeting the Federal Undersecretary of Sciences, and instead of shaking your hand, she gives you a high five, it means two things. You're doing something right, and secondly, your Undersecretary is pretty damn cool. Now, Albert Einstein once said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. Today, as we break ground here in Colorado, we embrace a new mindset one of innovation and progress as we embark on developing cutting-edge laser technology. This facility will serve as a hub for leveraging our existing expertise, Carmen, Jorge, and it will foster the next generation of bright minds. And it will establish a strong and powerful ecosystem of collaboration around this campus. By combining these strengths, we will equip the center to tackle some of the most pressing challenges in research areas such as material science, medical applications, and yes, fusion. The global demand for energy is surging over the next 25 years, driven by factors such as demographics, industrialization, India, to name one country, but also artificial intelligence and advanced computing. Data centers in the US alone in 6 years, in 2030, will consume as much power as the entire country of France. I let that sink in. At Marvel Fusion, our mission is clear. We want to commercialize fusion energy at competitive cost to provide humanity with clean, abundant, and sustainable energy. A key milestone on this journey is the construction of this facility on this plot of land behind me here with the Colorado State University. This collaboration evolved naturally. We came here as a user group, and from the start, we were deeply impressed by the entrepreneurial spirit and forward-thinking approach of the faculty and the university's leadership. Another crucial step we took today by signing an MOU for workforce development. We intend to invest $1 million in bringing these bright minds into their careers and hopefully also to Marvel Fusion, because we will need them. While we remain humble in the face of the challenges involved in building this facility and then conducting meaningful experiments, we also recognize the unique opportunity before us to make a significant leap forward in the pursuit of fusion energy. We could not have done this with this amazing set of partners, CSU, Strata, Tetrad, and now the architects and general contractors on board that make this a real project now. And we will, use these shovels here symbolically in a little bit, but in a little while there will be large excavators getting ready here. So I'd like to thank everyone who played a role in getting this public partnership on the road, because it really sets a milestone. Today's groundbreaking, to summarize, marks the beginning of something truly transformative. Together, we lay the foundation for a future powered by clean energy, where the innovations born in this facility will help shape a brighter, more sustainable world for generations to come. Let's embrace this challenge with confidence, vision, but also with unwavering determination. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Moritz. I really want to also acknowledge there's many, many Marvel Fusion. If you're from Marvel Fusion, can you raise your hand, wave? Yeah, a lot of people. We're really, really grateful for this partnership and investment and commitment to Colorado State University. And to close our program out, I want to invite to the stage Alan Robinson, who's the Dean of the Walter Scott Jr. College of Engineering. Please welcome Dean Robinson.
What a great day. So good afternoon. Thanks for the introduction, Cass. And there's been a lot of inspiring words. And I guess I want to let you in on a secret. And the secret sauce that's at Colorado State is our students. And really, they are why we come to work every day, and they are how these amazing things like the Laser Fusion Center really come to be. And it's amazing to be with Jorge and Carmen, some of our leading faculty members. But when I go and tour the ABL, the lab just up the hill, which is the predecessor to this one, how excited Jorge is when he points out, this op amplifier was made by a student group for, as part of their senior project and things like that. They're so committed to having students at these world-class facilities and as part of their education, SURE students, so the Scott undergraduate research experience that is supported. They have on the order of 10 of those students, first-year students. You wouldn't think about being up there at these types of facilities. This is the type of opportunity that Colorado State provides our students, and it's really the secret sauce for how we move forward that really drives this innovative research. When we get that person who grew up on a farm, they come here, they bring that expertise, that innovation, those creative ideas to advance key technologies such as laser fusion. So I guess I just want to give it up for our students right now. So how about that? There's been lots of amazing things said about research and economic development, but really the secret sauce at a university. That's why we do this at a university as opposed to the national lab. It's because of the incredible role that students. So there's lots of other people, that I want to thank, and there's been a lot of investments that have made to get us to this point, and I just wanted to thank all the donors that have helped get us here today, and the donors in the future. They're going to help us get to where we ultimately want to go. We have large ambitions. This is a really important step for us and for the university and for our students, but we're not done yet, and so I really want to thank everybody in advance for helping that. The last thing I have is we've been working on a name of the facility, and I guess it's my job to announce what that name of the facility is. And is there an envelope here? I was sort of thinking about the Academy Awards when they brought up like the wrong name, for the best picture or something like that. Actually, I've got it here, so I knew what it was. So it hasn't been protected by some guards. So anyway, so the name of the facility is Welcome to Atlas, the Advanced Technology Lasers for Applications in Science Facility. So there we go. We can unveil the name. There we go. Thank you. And I wanted to thank all you for coming. And are you closing us down, Cass? Cass is coming back up. We're flying a little bit by the seat of our pants. Anyways, it's a great day for Colorado State, and it's a great day for our students.
All right, Atlas, the most debated and most appropriate name ever. So I want to just close out by saying, you all are here today. Thank you so much for coming. Today we go from what if to let's go. This is a really big day for us, and I think it's so many different opportunities to put shovels in the ground and really know that we're multiple MOUs. We have more MOUs to go. We're putting shovels in the ground. The architects are working, and so this is the Let's Go day. So thank you all for coming. There are more refreshments back there. If you are supposed to be in a photograph, which you know who you are, we're headed all that way. So thank you again. Thanks for coming today.